So, Matt,
Dave.
we're sitting here. We're driving to lunch, right? Or we're about to.
Yeah, we're leaving for
We're
lunch.
leaving for lunch. We're heading to lunch right now.
As one does.
As one does. And I can't help but notice it's super gross and rainy outside,
Yes.
right? So, rainy day thought.
Go on.
When was the last time you played with a sniper rifle?
Like, entire gameplay like played with a sniper rifle?
Like you went to an airsoft game at an airsoft field, and outside of your gun case, you pulled a bolt-action sniper rifle, and you used it to shoot some kids in the face
Well, Dave,
while wearing appropriate face protection.
this may come as a surprise to you,
It might.
but I've never done that.
Really?
I have not.
You've never sniped?
I have not.
Wow. You're missing out, dude.
Well, see, there's this thing called fire superiority.
That's fair. Okay.
And,
Accuracy by volume.
Yeah, I mean, I ran an LMG for
Yeah.
reasons, Dave.
Okay. And those reasons being that you can't aim?
A little bit.
Okay. Fair enough.
And also, like, why use small word when big word work best?
Okay. Gotcha. I see where you're going with this. Okay, so here's my thought, though, right?
Go on.
This makes you the perfect candidate to test out, like, entry-level sniper rifles and see what you think. Like, would you be open to the idea of sniping? If we said, hey, here's some sniper rifles, what do you think?
I feel like that could be a little interesting. It's something different. I'm
Right.
always up for something different.
So, I used to snipe all the time, you know, when I was a younger, more spry individual.
When you could do some sneaky beaky things.
Yeah, when I had two knees that worked. And I kind of want to get back into it, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sniping is not for everyone. However, sniping is still cool to like everyone. So, like,
Yeah, right. Like, it's the thing. You got your YouTube guys, your Silos, and your Novridge, and you know, even Jack gets out there with the sniper rifle from time. You know, like everybody's doing it, right?
And
like,
it's always very satisfying to know that you cannot shoot as many rounds as most other people, but you still shot someone directly in the face.
right in the face, and that is super satisfying, right? It's got to up your game, though, right? So I've got LMGs. I'm like you. Like lately, I've been on the LMG train real bad.
Oh yeah.
But I think I want to get back to sniping. So here's my thought, right? We just got some more Amoeba strikers in, and I played with them a bit when we got them when they first came out. Right?
Oh yeah.
We've had them since they came out.
I mean, we got to mess around and like see how they felt and
They're
stuff.
not new, but I don't think I've ever really taken them seriously
Yeah.
as like a I would buy this for myself type of gun, right?
Right. Like, I mean, they
So,
feel good, but
They do. Like they feel great, and we've had a couple people buy them and like giving us feedback.
yeah.
What do you think? I got an idea here. All right.
All right.
Step 1, cheeseburgers. Step 2, eat the cheeseburgers. Step 3, let's go play with an Amoeba striker and see what we think.
That sounds like a very profitable plan there, bud.
I like this plan. All right. So on that note, Matt's going to stop recording this video, and we'll see you guys after the jump. All right. So cheeseburgers have been consumed, which means it's gun shooting time. So we grabbed a nice gray Ares Amoeba striker from Elite Force. Threw this cool Lancer tactical scope on there because I liked that it was like quickly adjustable to 5x or to like 1.5, like whatever we wanted to do, which was nice. It was just a cool scope. I thought it looked good on the gun. First things first, I love this magazine. It works like a regular old AEG mid-cap because it uses an AEG style hop-up in there, right? Like there's no goofy sliders. It just works. And I appreciate that. So it inserts nice and simple. You get a magazine release right here on the trigger guard. It is connected to the big old flapper back here, so you can do it AK style if you're a heathen. It's a huge magazine. I've got big hands and I can barely get my hand around that. Also, worth noting, cool things about the striker, it uses a short throw bolt because it uses an AEG cylinder. So you can actually see all the way into your mechanics. So if you end up having a jam or a misfeed or something stupid going on with your gun, it just acts up for whatever reason. It's a lot easier to clear jams, which I appreciate. So let's take a couple shots of this thing. Let's see. Bolt pull's easy. Trigger's really nice and light. Now, I know we're only shooting at like 20 feet, so this is not really a measure of accuracy, but from some of our regulars who have bought this gun, I've heard it performs admirably at distance. It feels really good in my hands. It's very ergonomic. There's enough of a shelf here on the bottom that I can like get my thumb on it and drive down on it, which makes it easy to kind of point it in the direction that I want.
How's that trigger, Dave?
Crisp, dude. I mean, you guys know how like picky I am about my triggers. It's nice and light, and it has a little bit of a wall there, so you can kind of stage the trigger a bit and then when you're ready to pull it, just squeeze it off. I don't feel like it's throwing the barrel around. It's not tough and tricky. Now, we're talking about airsoft guns, right? So it's not going to be as particular as a firearm trigger, right? These are never as heavy. But overall, it feels really solid. The grip angle is really comfortable. This is always my big gripe about sniper rifles, is how comfortable is it for me to get my driving hand on the gun. And I get my hand all the way around. You can do this M40 style where you lay your thumb on the side. You can just kind of rest your thumb on it like that. You can just kind of crank shots off. Overall, it's just super, super comfortable. Adjustable for length of pull. They've got additional pads that you can get here. I think they've got different cheek risers as well. And then my favorite part, if I can pop this guy off here. There we go. All your Allen keys to take it down and adjust it, but right here into the stock, which I really like. So all in all, a pretty solid gun. It's not very heavy, although I will say getting this piece back on is kind of a pain in the butt.
You know, I like that it's not heavy, but it's still very sturdy.
Yeah, like it feels chunky. It feels like solid, and if I were to drop it while I was running, that I wasn't going to worry about breaking it.
Right.
And that I like. But it is definitely not a heavy gun, so I feel like I can sit in a spot with this thing, or I can post up on a corner with this for a while. Most of the weight here is coming from this big old chunky scope we've got on it.
Which looks fantastic, by the way.
I 100% will be picking one of these up for my next sniping adventure. But Matt, I'm curious what you think.
That's fair.
Since this whole thing started with, what are you going to do with a sniper rifle? So, tradesies.
Well, I mean, things that I would do with a sniper rifle probably wouldn't be much more than what's on here, except for maybe a bipod for, like, rules and or aesthetic purposes. Because, I mean, it's already a very good-looking gun.
Yeah, I prefer the clean, slick look, too.
Like, this feels very Wildlands to me. Mm-hmm. And as you know, it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, that's true.
I love kit and guns and having things that I don't have money for.
And it is basically Gear Simulator 2017, so...
I mean, not like Arma levels of gear, but it's up there.
Yeah, it's not Escape from Tarkov, but it's up there.
That's fair.
Right on. Well, give us some shots, man. Let us know what you think.
All right.
As a man who doesn't play with bolt actions that often...
You know, I don't hate it because it's smooth.
Yeah, it's easy.
And that's the main issue you run into with guns that aren't really like this, is they don't feel smooth. It feels like it's a chore to work the gun. Mm-hmm. You know, like some of the other spring-powered bolt guns, you're like really having to manhandle yourself to even get a round off, you know. God forbid that you upgrade the spring so it's shooting the FPS you need it to. Mm-hmm. You know, at that point, you might as well get a hydraulic press to pull the thing back.
Might as well.
You know,
these things do get pretty beefy with an M170. We tried one, and it is hefty.
But with a bolt pull that's like this far versus a bolt pull that's like half a mile wide, it feels like...
It's so much easier, yeah. All in all, really solid gun. So 10 out of 10 for, what, $185?
Yeah.
Yeah, 185. That is a stellar deal. Elite Force, you guys knocked it out of the park, as always. Not that I'm surprised. You guys make some great stuff. So I think this will have to go in the Good Things Elite Force made column, and we'll reevaluate their next entry when those Tan 416s get in. We'll have to do those for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I've been Dave. He's been Matt. You guys have been wonderful. We'll catch you guys next time on GITV Uncut. If you guys like what you saw, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and don't forget to pick up your airsoft stuff at airsoftgi.com. Later.
Do it.